I remember a couple years back that I was telling my friend Tim that Vine died for a reason. Lack of vision, lack of competitive features, whatever it was gone. So then when I heard Dom Hoffman announce that Vine was back as a new app called Byte, I was skeptical. I just knew that Byte was gonna fail. Then I went to Vid Summit this year and I met someone who was huge in the social media landscape. She told me something that totally blew my mind, made me rethink the new app called Byte. Byte is coming to us in the spring of 2019. It is a video looping social media app in the vein of Vine. We don't know how long each video clip can be. Some experts are saying it's between 6 and 10 seconds. However, we do have some video of the private beta in action.
Haven't been discussed, and thank you, Jalen, for pulling that up. The main point, yeah, that's the official screenshot that Dom had posted a while ago. Dom, presented it is also full screen, but not completely. You can see a part of the next post. So how do you guys feel about it being full screen, but not completely?
Well, that's what I was saying. I like how there's no borders, but what Steven was saying.
Early commentators of Vine love the time limitation that Byte is likely to have. They said that it inspired creativity in the users and allowed it to be easily shareable, and also there were quick views, so a lot of people could watch a lot of videos in a short amount of time. It definitely created the careers of Jake and Logan Paul and Shawn Mendes. But Vine failed, and Byte is the same concept. So will Byte ultimately fail too? Well, my friend at Vid Summit had something important to say about that. But before we get to that, I want to hear from you. Do you think that Byte is ultimately going to fail? If so, write fail in the comments. But if you believe that Byte is the next big thing in social media, then write Byte in the comment section below. Byte definitely faces some huge obstacles to popularity. I've categorized them into two distinct areas. The first one are usage obstacles, and the second are legal issues. One of the reasons that Vine failed is it didn't move faster to compete with Instagram and Snapchat. At that time, Instagram had just allowed 15-second videos to be used on their platform. They were doing a lot to encourage celebrities to get involved with Instagram, paying them money, putting them on the Explorer tab, and then Snapchat came along, which allowed a 10-second video, which is more flexible than a 6-second video. And then Snapchat also had those awesome transformational features for your face. And Vine didn't follow suit. They didn't up the features to allow people to be able to express themselves better on the platform. Vine couldn't get it done because they resisted outside pressure to make the platform profitable. Back then, Dom and his co-founders, they wanted to make Vine free and usable by all. That's a laudable goal. However, in today's society, it just isn't realistic. Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook and YouTube passed them by because they were keen on doing deals, doing brand deals with various celebrities and big stars on the social media platforms to be able to cut in on some profits. Vine did not do any of that. And as a result, they couldn't make the platform profitable and they couldn't make the platform survive. The question that I have is, will Byte suffer from the same problem Vine had? Will there be ways that Dom and his co-founders can come up with to make Byte profitable and therefore long-lasting on the internet? And there are legal issues with Byte that are particularly interesting to me. Can we talk about porn? No! Another issue that plagued Vine that may crop up with Byte is the proliferation of pornography on the Vine site. People at the end of the run of Vine started posting a bunch of pornography on Vine, and parents did their utmost to prevent their kids from accessing Vine for fear that they'd see porno movies. And so my question with Byte is whether or not it can meet the US Supreme Court's test, the Miller test for obscenity, and be able to survive in this era where pornography is everywhere and people will not hesitate to mess with social media platforms by posting pornography. And there are also copyright law concerns with Byte. Back in the day, people would make these Vine videos and they'd play music in the background with like a second phone or with a radio, and this would be copyrighted music that would go onto their videos. There was no content ID system at the time to prevent people from doing that. All they would do is they would flag a video if it was copyrighted material, but that didn't really work. Today, in today's society, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, they all have content ID to prevent people from getting away with posting copyrighted material. The question with Byte is, will it have the same system? Will it be able to filter out the posts that contain copyrighted material? And it is anticipated that a lot of the posts in Byte will be like those from Vine. They'll be crazy posts, people doing crazy things to get some certain attention. Well, if that's the case, then brands are going to appear in the backgrounds of some of these posts. There's going to be a Coke can in the background. There's going to be a Porsche in the background, something like that. And as a result, there's going to be some fear around the fact that if they're doing crazy things, they're misrepresenting the brand names, and it may start litigation. Infringement litigation from the big companies. And so one of the concerns about Byte is, are they going to allow that? How are they going to filter out the brand names, the trademarks of large companies to stop the proliferation of big lawsuits that may really bog down the platform? These are the questions that Dom Hoffman and the co-founders of Byte are going to have to deal with. They're going to have to address to make Byte successful. But you know what? I think they can do it. That high-powered person at VidSummit told me that Byte would succeed in 2019 for two main reasons. And the first one is new. It's a new platform which will provide creators another opportunity to get known, to get successful. One of the problems with today's social media landscape is that Facebook, certainly YouTube, and Instagram are saturated. It is hard to have your voice heard from the crowd. And what's great about Byte is it's going to be a new platform, easily accessible, and hopefully will allow creators who are new and have some original content to rise to the top. The second reason is that Byte is art. And what I mean by that, and what she meant by that, is that every single time someone posts something on Byte, it's going to be a piece of art. It's not a situation on Facebook where you can just kind of type in how you're feeling, or Instagram, you can take someone else's picture and post it to your own account. No, this is a situation where you're going to have to put some thought into a project to be able to fit it in a 6 or 10-second clip and be able to create art. And what's so great about art is that art is emotional. It is engaging to people. And so on a platform like this that only basically allows art, I think it's going to allow the audiences to be more engaged, and hopefully the platform will be more successful. So when I heard this, my negative assumptions about Byte totally disappeared. I completely rethought about what is this platform and why is it relevant now in 2018, or now it's going to be in 2019. And I think that a lot of the challenges we talked about, a lot of the obstacles that we discussed, those can be surmounted today, especially with the technology we have. We were recently at a presentation at VidSummit where they talked about YouTube's content ID system and the fact that it could read faces and read expressions. It is amazing what technology can do. So I think that Byte will survive, especially if it has these kind of high technological functions that allow it to be able to filter out the bad stuff and keep the good. So I signed up for Byte. Byte has this online form, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description section below. But you go to this form, you enter in your email address and you answer some questions, and then you are in line to become a Byte creator. And I was thinking about it, it might be a unique opportunity for a lawyer, a social media lawyer, to be able to post some unique educational type content on Byte in 6-second pieces. I'll also leave a link in the description section to my free checklist on the Miller test. The Miller test is the US Supreme Court's test for determining when art, or perceived art, is obscenity. And I know it's a little nerdy, but you heard me talking about it a little earlier when I talked about whether or not Byte would pass the Miller test. But if you really want to know how the Supreme Court and how courts below them determine what is an obscenity, you can follow this checklist along and you'll understand the difference between what may be considered art and what may be considered obscenity in different locations in our country. For more in-depth discussion on the subjects we talk about in the Heart of the Matter videos, I would love for you to join the Heart of the Matter Facebook group. There's a link in the description section below. Click on it, join the group, and join the discussion. We're going to talk about the subjects that we talk about in our videos in much more in depth, and also you have access to free legal templates. If you like this video, well then don't forget to push the like button, hit the subscribe button, and if you want to be notified every Wednesday when a new Heart of the Matter video comes out, hit the bell button next to the subscription button. Today we talked about music on the new app Byte, but if you ever wanted to post music to Instagram, if you want to know the Instagram copyright rules, I made a video all about it. And if you want to watch it, just click right here. All right, see you next time.